All right, we are back, so it's time to get back into Nightmare Zone Season 2, Episode 4. Got 3 shoutouts. First to Red Tiger Tank. This was actually a viewer that I wound up playing with while I was doing a little bit of Daybreak to pick up some more prestige points. Unfortunately, we didn't win that match, but I guess that was kind of expected, as I believe 2 of the people had the starting equipment, meaning they probably haven't played Daybreak before. So, not a big deal there, but yeah, Daybreak. Ugh. The next shout out is to Adam the Welshmans, and more specifically to his brother Toby, who apparently is, I think, lending his Xbox or allowing his brother to play. I don't know if that's his real brother or just figuratively my bro or something, but apparently Adam the Welshmans is going to be able to play State of Decay instead of just watching. So congratulations, and yeah, it's a pretty nice pal you got there. Last is to Paul Plays Games 06, and specifically to his parents. He wanted to shout out to them for purchasing the game for them. Pretty economical game since it's not a full-priced game, and you can get a ton of hours out of it. So I did a few things before logging in. What I did was run around to waste a little bit of time because all of our guys were injured, and I needed at least one guy to come out of this uninjured. And that is Gregory. Gregory was the first to recover. I guess there's no harm in using this weapon here. We will be attaching the silencer on it. So as I said earlier, I do have a strategy. A strategy that I've been thinking about, because the zombies have been fairly oppressive lately in a way that I am not pleased with. I don't like how aggressive they are right now. So,
hey neighbor, we found a location for our clinic, but the zombie situation...
Oh, it's just those guys who are looking for me to help them with the medical enclave. Oh yeah, that's right, the truck is over here. So here's what we want. I want a quiet mission. Like, I want an hour of just quiet by Nightmare standards. That's what I'm looking for, because, like, we need a chance to kind of rest up a bit. Let me make sure that thing that okay, good. That's the other thing I did off screen. I got this building, but that is all we did. So I left some comments down in YouTube, and I said I've got a theory on why I think the density of zombies are so high compared to what they were before. Because they feel higher now than they did in the towards basically episode 18 or 19 of the previous game. And I think it's because we're staying in the same spot too much. I decided to put this in here so that in the event that the car gets destroyed or something really unfortunate happens, the BFG won't be destroyed. Yes, I'll have to go a little farther to switch to BFG guard duty, but I don't think it's a big deal. Let me go ahead and bring a fuel thing. So my theory is that if we look at the map, the way the game works is it generates zombies near you, I believe. It doesn't simulate zombies over here, for example. It doesn't simulate zombies over here, for example. The game doesn't have active things spawned in the areas that we aren't. I believe that's the way it works. So my theory is that if we start doing kind of long-range missions for supplies, we might be able to thin out the density of the freak zombies, because now the game will have to redistribute them to try to continue challenging us. And I believe that will get the zombies off our back. Also, as long as we're inside the vehicle, we are pretty safe. Like, if we don't get out of the vehicle and I don't, like, crash into something, then we are decently safe. First thing we want to do, though, is I'm going to be playing a lot more cautiously in this episode. So the first thing we're going to do is drive through the street over here. Those screamers weren't there before, so that means they may have shuffled up some of the freaks, which is good. I'm hoping they shuffle the ferals away. So we're just going to kind of drive through this area and see if we hear any feral roars, and if we don't hear any, we're going to attempt to get the loot from that plague heart. I didn't hear anything, so I think we are going to be good. So let's get out. Oh, he hit me through the wall. That's annoying.
Last time I was out surveying, I spotted an old cruiser. I'm pretty sure it belonged to Chief Jackson. We always kept it loaded with weapons. We might find something useful. Sounds like a plan. I'm running real short of patience with some people.
Eric is apparently grumpy.
Real attractive.
Probably because he's used to everything being in tip-top shape because he was the leader at the end of things. He's like, why aren't you guys, like, cracking down on it like you did last time? Alright, so now you know that even if you log out, the plague heart remains. Medicine, that's something we needed. Strong painkillers, always welcome. More plague samples, those were needed. Halligan tool, we can dismantle. Reliable 870 sawed off. I've never seen specifically the reliable one. A home defender that has defended many homes over many lifetimes, now cut down for better portability and mobility. The springs and screws on the loading port have been fine-tuned to speed up uploads. Wait, to speed up reloads. Right, reloads. I don't think we need that hiking backpack. We don't really need the snack side. Let's take one of the snacks and the hiking backpack, and it really doesn't matter if we leave those behind. Like, I know people want me to take absolutely every single thing with me, but like, we don't need to take everything with us. The geometry interfered with me again. And then the zombie screamed. You couldn't tell by the volume of the game, but mechanically what that zombie just did was equivalent to a scream. I can tell because, one, we're getting company. Notice that? And two, I could tell because I saw on the radar the geometry messing with me again. So they got a injury on me because of that. Uh-oh, that horde might hear us, so let's get out of here. One thing I like about this car, I don't know if all cars are the same, but it feels like the engine starts up faster on this vehicle and you can just kind of get up and go sooner than other vehicles. We definitely want to deliver this stuff since our inventory is pretty overloaded. Unfortunately, it's nighttime again, which means rest in Pepperoni's visibility. But that just means we need to travel a little slower and more cautiously. Let's see if that building is done yet. It's got 6 minutes, 6.5 minutes, basically.
Good, my friend. That should keep us a little while.
Now that I think about it, the person that Xavier, or the person who was getting bullied was actually Xavier. He's probably getting bullied because he's the new guy, and he's like, I don't know who you are, like, get off my team, I don't want you here. Eric's like a crotchety introvert. Now we can go back on BFG duty. Well, let me check my community real quick. Everyone is injured, so it looks like you are not going back to guard duty yet. Which means we... Whoops. Which means we unarmed for no reason at all. Should have checked first. With all the upgrades we can make to the garden, it should allow us to break even on food. Does this thing have a fire selector? Okay, it's only single semi-automatic, so that's fine. That's what I want anyways. Flashbangs and the Zedrenaline pills kind of as an emergency if we are going to go farther away. Do we have another grass cutter? Yes, we do. Let's switch to the... Let's put the damaged one inside so that maybe we get a little trickle of repairs to it from our pay-to-win Red Talon repairs place. Oh, gosh. Horde looks like it's too far away to hear us. So I know those physicians, the quest, I believe, is to destroy an infestation, and right now we're more concerned with finding some food. That's our main concern. Finding just useful things. Like I said, I want to have like a more peaceful episode. Like I'm not really gonna go. If the zombies get an opportunity to kind of redevelop their infestation and whatnot, sure, go ahead. They can have their infestations. We'll burn them down later on. So he was after the car, not me, which is fine. Oh, maybe he was after me.
Damn, that's locked.
Can we get a different one? There we go. Now we don't have to slam it open.
Empty.
Alrighty. I know some people are going to want me to just plow through all the zombies and whatnot, but even with the pay-to-win tactics, like, it's not something that's going to counter bad decision-making. I mean, it can bail you out of some stuff. For example, we can call in the Clio transmitter again for the air support, but it can't completely bail you out of everything. That said, I have been looking at more of the items to get an idea of what else I could pay to win on, mainly for feral solutions, and I do have some ideas, but I'll call it in later on in the episode. Maybe I should call it in sooner to get up. Here we go. Sheet notebook paper. Dear Santa, Daddy says that you might not have time for our house this year again, but I have been very good, and there's just one thing I was hoping to get, and it's a Dream Date crystal doll with extra curls just like mine, so please, could you bring me one? I'm asking early, so you have lots of time to find one. Thank you, Lucy.
Shouldn't put up much of a fight.
It implies that they have a poor family since Santa passed over their house last year. So that is an unfortunate little slice of humanity in the game from it.
Next place?
22 parts. Actually better than scraps of electronics. Because right now we do need parts. Like, I'm trying to go on a mission, and things just keep coming up, and I'm just forced to constantly return to base. This should be a normal zombie siege, so probably not going to be a big deal. We definitely want to defend against this because we'll get the influence and we'll also keep our we'll keep our 3 ammunition supply. I just want to run these guys over because 30 influence and it just gets rid of those screamers. Oh god, it's an armored, it's a horde. Like, if you rewind a little bit, you'll see how much noise they were making, like, if you look at the sound waves that were being emitted. So what I'm kind of hoping is that we can have that horde get destroyed by my allies before we trigger the zombie siege. I can't actually enter into the base, though, so we're gonna offload our stuff like this. Okay, level 2. What was that, like? Horror sting. I think we should have enough time to finish them off.
I'm not gonna lie, we have a truckload of zombies coming in.
Got him. We got 30 seconds to finish these guys off.
Oh yeah, I rock.
Get out of bed. Zombie siege, boys. In the meantime, I'm going to... We need 20 for that, so let's go ahead and activate the seed box first. Due to our average morale, everything takes so much longer. It takes 5 minutes to do the seeds. With maxed out morale, it's very short.
We just gotta keep this up a little longer.
I tried to stomp his head in to cut down on parts usage where convenient, but looks like my guy got confused. I wonder if I can kick him over. Nope. Shut the door. We gotta do something about the screamer. Time to clean up the stragglers.
Keep this up.
What the heck? Oh, he must have had one of those homing seeker zombies that can follow your movements better. I imagine we have somebody who's not injured anymore, though. So we should be able to switch Gregory out. The food rucksack in. Oh my god, we're not close enough. Alright, so far so good. It's a fairly quiet night right now. This is kind of what I was hoping for. Let's see if anyone has healed. How close are you guys to being healed? Oh, we gotta pick this guy. We're gonna go with probably backpacking. I like the stamina bonus. So it looks like Gregory's not done yet. He's gonna have to go back out into the field since everyone is still injured. Let's transfer this back to the wizard van. Oh, so someone asked why I'm not taking an outpost. It's because I'm holding out for a... Oh, we actually brought another BFG out. That's the problem. Who doesn't have a BFG? Oh, never mind. We got some people recovering, so... Guard duty it is. Let's have him use just any old weapon so that this weapon can get repairing as well. Looks like they haven't recovered enough, apparently. Rearm. I should probably use a cruddy or a healing item to... Let's use one of our bandages, because that's what these are designed for anyways. Check the fuel. Fuel is okay. Armaments are okay, so what are the objectives? Search for the police cruiser. That's probably how you can get a fresh car. So where do we want to go look? This is where the container fort is. I believe this is an industrial district, meaning we could probably find some materials there. Always need more materials to make upgrades. Boost yields completed, so I gotta just quickly do the compost bin. Now I gotta get this guy off. That didn't count. Get off. Thank you. Which way are we going? Yep, we're going the right way. Probably gonna drive on the road mainly at night. Even though I believe the zombies are more prone to appearing on the road. The road is also the easiest thing to follow so that we don't get lost at night and crash or something or get stuck. All sort of shenanigans that always happen to me. Notice I'm not seeing a lot of freaks right now.
Back up over here, ASAP.
Drive through the middle. So we just passed one of the bases, the bridge fort. I like that base on the standard zone. I'm not sure if I would like it on this difficulty, though, because I don't know how trustworthy the sight lines on the weapon are. Okay, good. They're after the vehicle, not me. Check our skills. Wits. We really need to assassinate a zombie or two in order to... Can we sneak around this? Nope, not quite. One. Someone said that assassinating armor zombies still results in a noise being made, so if I get an opportunity to assassinate an armor zombie, I will check that. All of these look really good. Parts, food, and medicine. Where's the entrance? Okay, there it is. Okay.
Really enjoy the peace and quiet while I can.
So one thing I guess I haven't asked is, how are your Nightmare and Dread Zone missions going? I know Risky TV, he's been working on a Dread Zone playthrough, and from what I understand, it's going pretty decently. I think he also chose the Mazzara Farm. Mazzara Farm, not the sexiest base in the game, but without a doubt, it is a no-nonsense, get-the-job kind of base. You could see him at Risky TV. That's his YouTube name. It's spelled a little different. I think it's R-A-S-S-K-Y. It's not spelled like the typical way. But yeah, tell me how your Nightmare Zone and Dread Zone communities are going. Like, you know, how harrowing has the experience been for you? Are your guys just getting chowed upon? The last two episodes I've had, the zombies, they're trying to give me a problem. They are heckling me.
Moving around here, but
the good news, though, is that even though I only play 1 hour a day, it gives me a whole day to think about what's going wrong and what I can do better next time. Energy drink, that's a pretty good item. So we got a rucksack of materials from that base. Hopefully we can get food and medicine. There's the medicine. Can we also get food from this? Another tank of gas? That'd be nice. I doubt it'll be a rucksack of fuel, but give me like a regular gas tank, I'll take it.
Zip, zero.
Or nothing. Will this one have the food? I mean, based on the appearance, the answer would be no, there's nothing in there, but what does the game have to say? There's the food! I'll tell you one thing, I definitely feel the EXP penalty in Nightmare Zone. I know these characters would have been able to choose their advanced skills quite some time ago if we didn't have that EXP penalty. The morale penalty also not helping either. Just because I think everyone gets minus 10 morale for playing on Nightmare Zone. Just, you know, just another way they make it harder. Alright, so let's see what our... Now that everything... The only thing we can do further is upgrade it to level 3. But let's see how our food is going. So we're only losing minus 5... Well, we're losing 1.5 per day because we do have to spend 1 food in order to actually use the compost bin. But still, that's pretty good. Must be a zombie nearby. That breathing was louder than... Anyways. So what do we got? Mysterious Broadcast, that's a Zed Hunter mission. And then Survivors want something. Not really in the mood to do missions for Survivors. So let's just continue on. How's our fuel? 50%, still good. This vehicle is decently fuel economical. I was thinking about climbing in there, but this area doesn't look like it would have a whole lot to reveal in the first place. Trio of screamers, but in an irrelevant... I hope they do scream just to draw zombies to an unimportant location, aka the location that we are not. You could probably drive over that if you're stupid. And if I was in Standard Zone, I would be stupid and try to take the ramp, but we're going to try to not be stupid since it's Nightmare Zone. And like I said, we need kind of an episode of resting and relaxing. Like, we need a chance to recover. Might take an outpost in this area since we're pretty far from base. Probably a food outpost, if I can help it.
If you're up for playing good neighbor, we'd be grateful.
Military checkpoint. I didn't hear a whole lot of enemies here, so let's... Maybe we can get a interesting weapon. Zombie making a ton of noise as usual. Can I get it without being interrupted? Yes, I can.
I can't keep this up.
Thought I heard a feral, but it also might have just been my brain wanting to hear a feral. That is ammo compatible with this weapon I'm using. Where is the other lootable? Possibly up here? Not in here. Keep looking. Where could it be? Crouch and check the other side. Darn, where is... Where is it? Oh, is it this right here? Oh man, look at this giant container. Let me tell you something. Giant container looks promising. Come on, show me potato salad! Oh man, I think we got our potato salad. Let me crouch real quick. Someone really close by, but let's take that gun real fast. Wait, let's not equip it. Let's just hold it. It's the Arctic Warrior. Apparently people really like that weapon. Let's put some stuff back in the trunk. Brass collector. Not a mod that would come in handy, but we could sell it. I'm tempted to just turn this into an outpost. Oh, it's an artillery strike location. That actually seems like it could be really valuable. Yeah, let's do that.
Okay, the work's done and this outpost is ready for use.
Artillery strikes, that actually could come in handy. I know that in the base game, an artillery strike, if it's aimed properly, will kill a juggernaut. Okay. Time to continue on. See how our community's doing. Eric is fully healed. Xavier's fully healed. How is Laszlo doing? Or Ladislaw? He's getting there. Getting +1 demolitions from Gregory, he's a traitor though. Like, we can't trust Gregory. Like, people think Gregory is like this really good guy. That's called being gullible. You can't trust Gregory. You can't trust a guy like Gregory. But we can get potentially 2 more rucksacks, because I could just put this in my... Are they a new... Who are these guys? The Hoarders? I think they're a brand new Enclave. So let's... We want to get down here. If possible, it would be nice to be able to scout and just reveal the entire area. But if there's like a million guys there, then obviously we won't have that option. Heard of feral, but doesn't matter, because we have no intention of staying in this area. So far I'm getting what I want. This is a fairly quiet episode. I think we will be able to make it. Deal with him. Stealth. Hopefully they didn't see me. Oh, I have to go and deal with him. He's gonna just keep screaming and screaming until... Yeah, I think only one heard it, so that's... I hear a horde approaching, but I don't think they're a horde that is... Oh, wait, maybe they are. Can we peek over? Alright, so we're gonna look around the corner over here. Yeah, there's a horde nearby, according to the radar. How far away are they? They're coming towards us, so maybe we should go back to the other one, or go to this deeper one. Yeah, they're gonna get too close. Because even if I'm up there safe, what's gonna happen is they're just gonna start, like, screaming their head off. And causing a problem. All these warehouses sounds like... Oh, like I said, it is an industrial district, so... I mean, it makes sense. This is where the container fort is located.
Things got real bad down in New Orleans. The sun was shining, and I told myself I was going to eat lunch outside. I never did get to that lunch.
Whenever I climb up these, I'm always worried I'm just gonna, like, fall down.
This place is cleaned out.
Especially in the beginning of the game. I don't remember if you played State of Decay when it first came out. There was just this huge problem with your characters not being able to find ladders, and they would just constantly fall off.
That place would make for one hell of an outpost.
Speaking of doing scouting, I know we had a commenter who said that he feels that not using this mechanic here, the scouting mechanic, is more immersive, and so I stopped to think about it, and I'm like, yeah, possibly, but
Still runs.
I guess what your character could be doing is just jotting the notes down. They could just be, like, writing down what they see, creating, like, you know, a really crude map.
If we're interested in a new base, that could be it.
Tell you what, it's not going to be that base. Although I do like the container fort quite a bit. There's a
That
gun
still works.
store.
I'll be pretty damn stoked.
Some new weapons would definitely be nice. Alright, so let's see what we're looking at. We've got room in our... we got room for one more thing. I'm torn between looking at the gun shop, which I believe is where this guy is. Yeah, he's over there, and that's the mysterious broadcast. I think their house is infested, though. Because when we first got into town, Gregory remarked that it was really quiet, and I believe that's a hint that our potential quest giver has become infested, is an infested base. I feel like we can go full speed right now. Oh, never mind, got a zombie. Looks like we survived the night, or we're about to have survived the night. And when do I get 7 stars in wits? We've been at 6 stars for a little while. Let's assassinate some guys and try to get 6 stars. Actually, their base might not be infested. It might actually be that they've just turned to zombies, but the base itself isn't an infestation. So I think I might actually check them out after all. What's our supplies at? Stable on everything. Stable, but not great. First, let's mark the vehicle before we lose it. My cat is running around. One of them is running around. They've been pretty good lately. I thought they would be a problem and that they would start fighting, because they like to fight once a night. But they have not fought at any point in time during my recording. They seem to wait. They're very polite cats. You gotta give me 7 stars in wits. You gotta give it to me. We also could just take a base in this area. Is that what we want to do? Do we want to take a base here? Maybe a food base? Swine and bovine, maybe? I want to refuel first. Because right now it's a bit peaceful. This is a good opportunity to refuel. Heard a feral, but it was very quiet. I think that's him there. I think it's a trio of ferals, actually. I think that's them right away over there. That's definitely a bloater. Definitely encouraging me to go farther away. You know, since the car makes so much noise, I wonder if the auto mechanic would actually be a really awesome choice, especially if they give you oh, we want to check the back of that truck. That's a repair vehicle. Repair vans usually have... Yep. And I think one of these is... No, it's a... What is this? This gives us food collection. Let's just check this one here. Very peaceful right here.
We just gotta keep doing what
Whoa, who the hell are those guys? Who the hell were those guys? We're not going in there. I have no idea who those guys are, and I heard stories of people just like going into buildings and then like suddenly hostiles. That vehicle is smoking, which means it's still functional. Which means we should check its trunk. Screamer.
Looks like we got another freak.
Okay, that was the screamer that we saw. Nothing. Who the hell were those guys? Yeah, there's no marking or anything there. Maybe we should start taking a look in the windows before we enter buildings now. I think it would be unlikely for them to put two hostile enclaves right next door.
Well, everything seems calm here.
Let's take the base.
The outpost is up and running. That's useful, I guess.
Now we can loot super fast. That's one thing I missed from the first State of Decay. You could loot way faster in State of Decay 1. Maybe we get a second rucksack? We do get wits. Resourcefulness and stealth. We need one guy with resourcefulness. Why do we need one guy with resourcefulness? Because resourcefulness lets us double the quantity of consumables that we can carry, and that makes them basically an excellent, like, demolitionist. Like, they can carry 6 pipe bombs in a stack instead of 3. They could carry, like, way more. They're basically kind of like the guy who goes out and just destroys a bunch of stuff. Which unfortunately means that Gregory will be the guy who does the most action-packed work, which means we have to be careful. He might sell our base out. He might, like, actually be working for the zombies. He's a new type of zombie that has yet been implemented. A zombie that's, like, it's got more intelligence and it's able to, like, pose as, like, a human, but is actually a zombie. So we have to be careful. Maybe on the roof. Normally I would sprint, but because we have the fatigue penalty, It also means we're going to skip that building. Because that ammo, the building with the guns in it, because like we don't want to push our luck. Like I said, this is not going to be. This is a safe gameplay in this mission. Safe gameplay in this session. Grab another fuel tank just in case. Back to the Reims. The swine and bovine. I wonder what restaurant it's supposed to be a knockoff. Based on the appearance, it kind of looks like a Hardee's. I don't know if they have that where you're from, but Hardee's tend to have those kind of skyboxes. Let's pass by the objective, just to get kind of a look at it. If we need materials, this is definitely the place. There is a ton of materials there. That vehicle looks functional as well. But, like I said, we're not going to chance it. Let's just kind of... You see anyone in there? I didn't see anything. Let's also not run into a bloater. Looks like we're going to have to hit... Oh, man, we hit 3 of them. Doesn't look like the vehicle was too banged up by it, though. Juggernaut and Feral, but does it really matter that they've spawned over here? Completely irrelevant. Completely irrelevant. Doesn't even matter that they spawned there. These long-range missions, I think, was a good way to shake things up a bit. And since we were hanging out there for a while, it probably generated those freaks, which means it's probably going to be more peaceful back near home. I think the look of this map is the best out of all of them. I really like the way that Cascade Hills looks. It's got like a good combination of Drucker County mountainousness, but not so much mountains that... There's the base right there. We got the bridge fort we're passing. One of the first base reviews I did, if I remember right. I think it was the second base I reviewed on the channel. Every time I play here, that gas station is always a plague art. Let's go ahead and swing by it just to mark it on the map.
Plague zombies in all directions. Better be careful.
Takes longer to get to where we want to go since the terrain here is a little harder to negotiate than Mayor Valley, but still pretty good. Not as bad as Drucker County. Alright, we have made it back home, and it's time for Gregory to rest. He doesn't deserve it, but I suppose we will give him a break. Doesn't deserve it. Let's hop the fence, because why not?
I made it back.
I think that was a Juggernaut. Now we gotta go back on BFG guard duty. Supplies looking really good. 10 minutes left in the session. Maybe we'll burn out some of those Let's see how everyone's doing. Everyone back up to full health. Eric, almost maxed out. Why don't we do Ladislav's mission? Unless it expired. Looks like it expired. We need to do some things that are closer by, so let's go ahead and go deal with some of those infestations. Let's see how quiet these weapons are once we uninstall the mod. So this one's only a little bit more quiet. How's the bloom on it? It's very similar. I was wondering if this would be a more accurate weapon. Let's see how this looks with the suppressor on. It's still pretty quiet, honestly. Let's put one of these on for comparison. They're the same. Interesting. Let's compare it to the Arctic Warrior, because I know this one has a scope, which would make it way more accurate. They're the same. So it doesn't really matter. It just matters that you have a scope on. So this thing is bolt action, meaning it can't take damage from being fired, so the suppressor doesn't even matter. It makes us a little more vulnerable to barrels, however. Let's take the strong painkillers, since we're going out on an operation. Let's take all of the incendiaries, just in case. Let's take double the amount of distractions. Where's the flashbangs at? There they are. This weapon is really beat up. We need to swap it out. Let's go ahead and I guess we're going to take a downgrade temporarily. A giant, look at that suppressor, is so huge. And Eric is like... Is Eric like one of these... He doesn't even have one of these things like he's irritable or something. Like, Eric is just like... He's just so grumpy. It's like every day is the wrong side of the bed for him. I don't know what his problem is. Wait, let's check our fuel. Well, not our fuel, but our cargo capacity. 50% fuel should be good enough. There's the juggernaut that we heard. Those guys should be too far for them to matter. So what I want to do is drive a little farther away. Hopefully where there's fewer zombies. Let's go ahead and run this one over. Did they hear that? No, they didn't. Did he hear me? No. Alright, so this infestation has 2 screamers in it. Let's throw to the back door.
Fire in the hole!
Make sure that none of them cross our paths on accident. Are they gonna hear it? No. I don't see the screamers anywhere.
Got a big fat bloater here.
Where? Oh. Maybe this will lure him out. I want that screamer to come out. I don't really want to do anything until the screamer comes out. I wonder if the problem is that all of the zombies are actually outdoors, and as a result... Wait, if I blow up the bloater gas... the bloater gas faded. Okay, I think I understand what's going on here. I bet that all of the zombies are outside, and since the screamer doesn't have arms, he is not capable of getting through the door, so he's basically trapped inside his own building. That's my theory, currently.
Well, at least we're not suffering an idiot shortage.
Another fight? Really?
You see the bullshit I have to deal with?
Eric, you're killing me, man. Wait, there they are. Can I hit them from here? Oh, come on. Stop swaying so much. Got him. Okay, that one was lured to the sound of the gun. Awfully inconvenient that the actual zombies appeared outside of the house, but the screamers wound up inside. Is this all of them piled up right here? I think it is. What are they doing? They're going inside? Can I get an angle on them for the Molotov? I'm gonna estimate right here. Damn, I didn't throw it high enough.
Can't do it. I gotta stop.
Snacks. Oh, there's still two of them.
Nada. Better keep moving. Looks like we've taken care of that infestation problem. It's all good now.
Okay, that infestation took a lot of effort. And so I'm trying to play a little smarter today. No, I would have burned one more for the episode if there was one that was close by, but instead, let's loot this barn real quick, and then we'll call it quits.
We struggled today, so someone doesn't have to tomorrow.
No, you don't.
If we get any more Zeds moving in around here, we might want to move out.
Where's the new one? Very close to base. What's our supplies looking at? Okay, I might try to destroy them before the episode ends, because they're like right next door to us.
Okay.
This is their last chance to really ruin this otherwise very safe session that had a lot of progress in it. This will be their last opportunity. I hear, I believe, a horde based on the chorus of zombies. The last one I'm going to assume is up top.
Okay, we're clear.
Very typical for the barns to have one up top. Yep. Ooh, it's a case. Weapons, maybe? Come on, give me something good.
Nothing left to find here.
Oh, hunting crossbow is back, I see. But we gotta go come back for it anyways. Hunting crossbow should let us conserve a bit of ammo and potentially remove ferals from a distance, assuming we can find them before they find us. Terrible weapon if the ferals are actively engaging us, though. Go through the back. In the standard zone, a silenced bolt action weapon is pretty much a crossbow, just with non-recoverable bullets, which gives another advantage to the crossbow in this version of the game. In fact, let's use it real quick. We're just gonna leave it behind, even though 9mm ammo is an ammo that we're using. Some people would go back for it, but not me. I'm on a timetable. I'm just going to put this in the car and get the heck out of here. Okay, so we need to head back home and deal with that infestation. Then we're gonna call it a quits. Too late, boys. Too late. Decent number of zombies. Let's head inside real quick.
I think it's time we figure out who's in charge around here.
Yeah, we'll find out who's in charge once we get someone I'm interested in recruiting. How about that? How about that? Let's keep this equipment, because this guy is going to go and destroy that infestation. That might actually get him up to hero status. Come on in. Psych, you're not invited. You know what I really would have liked was just the Echo X1. That's what I would have wanted. Because it is a scoped crossbow that does not have the bullet penetration. I heard the BFG go off. Okay, so it's that building there. Oh, we got these clowns to deal with. Oh, I got the lucky double headshot. See if any of my bolts are recoverable. Oh. Tried to get him, but he was further away than I thought. I can't hit him with his ass facing me. It's getting farther away, so it's mattering less. Might just be able to throw the Molotov right there. They'll set each other on fire when they panic.
Infestations could have been a problem, but we stepped up and took care of it.
Wall is in the way. I'll try a few shots on him to see if we can get him. Give me that 50 influence. Let's get some cardio on the way back. Oh, he's after me. He's after me.
Gotta catch my breath.
What's the password? What's the password? Password or no entry. Oh, it was not the password. All right, let's put the food in. Let's put the ammo in. Put that in.
We ought to clear out some infestations. They're just gonna get worse.
I just got an infestation.
We can stay safe. Not both.
Where did it appear? Okay. Well, we did a lot today. We got a lot done. Let me check my community. So no one got injured by whatever they were shooting at. Put this guy back on BFG duty. And get to our very grumpy leader who's constantly causing... Oh, I guess we forgot to use the BFG switch out strategy. So I need to get back up to 1500 influence, hopefully before a mysterious wandering trader appears so that we can get our BFG for 1500. Let's switch to a fresh weapon. Let this one get repaired. Let's see how our weapons are looking. 37, 23. Repairs are going very slow. There's a few weapons we're going to scrap for parts that we're not going to use. Forgot to call in the pay-to-win Clio stuff, but that just gives me more time to farm more. So let's switch to our grumpy old leader. Check our morale real quick. Hey, look at this. Conflict Instigator. Eric. Conflict Instigator. Or Victim Gregory. And, well, Gregory deserves it, so... You know, that should actually increase our morale. Game, it's just a bug. It's a bug. Like, normally that would increase our morale. I'll send a tweet to Undead Labs about it. Anyways, we got a lot done today. I tried out the idea of going farther away from the base to see if it would spread out the freaks a bit, even if there was resources in the immediate area to acquire. And I don't, you know, we have to try it a few times to see if that, it could have just been coincidence. It's not a guaranteed thing that what happened was actually due to me going farther out. But I will say that it appears to be a promising idea to spread out the density of the freaks, because this was a very good, quiet, not super action-packed, but very sensible gameplay. If you're looking for tips on how to play Nightmare, this is just rock-solid, sensible gameplay. Looking forward to testing out the artillery strike amongst other things. I think our food is we're finally in the green on our food. Technically, we're only plus 0.5 because you got to remember we spend 1 food for the usage of the compost bin. So we're only in the red on medicine, and -2 meds a day is not a big deal at all. We haven't even checked with our allies to buy any materials or resources, etc. from them. So, gonna farm more prestige points. We'll pay to win some more later. I'll talk to you about some of the ideas I have for more ways to deal with those ferals. But until next time, everybody, remember, tell me how your communities are doing. I want to know what strategies you're using. Let me know if you've tried any of the techniques that I use, too. I like to know if what I am suggesting actually helps people. Anyways, like this video if it was entertaining. Subscribe for future State of Decay 2 content. And remember that you can't trust Gregory.